Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to take a look at this really cool looking little like Paraglider Multifly 3 kind of in one flying. I don't know if you call this almost like something out of Star Wars because you stand on and fly, the guy does. You can fly him that way. You can also make him into like a paraglider looking deal where you can fly it with him hanging below, or you can fly him without him at all on it, and that's going to obviously give you the longest flight time. I don't know the exact flight time on this guy because it depends on which way you fly him. Like I said, of course, he's going to fly longer without him even attached. But you can fly him any of those three different ways, and it's pretty darn cool. Now, this little propeller here in the front is just for looks. It doesn't do anything. The charging port is here on the side. They give you a micro USB cable in here along with some extra propellers, and you just plug him in and charge him. The only light on this guy is a little red light that I think goes green right in here, and you turn it on and it will go green whenever you're charging it, though it'll come on, but it's blinking right now telling me it needs to bind. And your on and off switch, of course, is just here on the side, so it really flies fantastic. It's pretty darn cool. Now you put to switch him over to the paraglider, you put these little yellow bumpers on the front and the back. Here they are. Let me grab them, put one on each end, and then you got the little ladder little deal you can hook on to the bottom here like this, and then you can hang him on it and fly him this way, or you can just take this off and fly without him on if you want the longest flight time. You also have to attach this, when you're flying that way, you have to attach this little stabilizing wing more like an airplane to fly as a paraglider. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out and I'll fly him in this mode first and then land him, and then we'll fly him with the paraglider with him hanging below. I don't know if I'll do it with him nothing attached just because of lack of flight time. I don't know how much flight time we'll get because I don't know exactly the size of the battery in here, but that'll be on Banggood's website. It's really not that important because it's not like you can easily just go in there and replace that. And here is the controller, a little peanut style one. You got it has 3 rates, and the speed, it gets pretty sporty, and it does get a faster yaw with those. Here's your headless mode, which I don't know how well that'll work with something like this. And then you've got your auto takeoff and landing, and you've got a demo mode, which I'll try to demonstrate. It does some auto program flight modes. Your sticks, of course, and your power button. And here, right here, you switch. This is for flying as I've got it right now. And then if you flip it over this way, this is for flying with him hanging below or flying with nobody on it in the other paraglider mode. So we'll start out and fly him around like this to begin the video. So let's go ahead. We're going to turn him on. They say that to do, you take it down and up, we'll do your binding. It says down to the right with the right stick does a gyro calibration, but again, you don't really have any blinking lights to tell if it does anything. So I'm not really worried about it, but if that's what they say to do, it flew fine for me, so I don't think I'm going to worry about it because my driveway is not level here, and I would calibrate the gyro to think that slope was actually level. So let's go ahead and we'll power him on, and I'm going to go ahead and set him down here. I'll back up. You hold in the controller, you have to hold in it again to turn it off since it doesn't actually slide. And let's go ahead and let's press the auto takeoff. Let's see if I can hold it in. Well, I'm not sure. Oh, I don't think I got him bound. All right, I didn't get him bound. I was like, what's going on here? Press down and up, I forgot to do. Now we're bound. This little red light went solid, so now we're ready to go. I got impatient and started giving him the takeoff before I'd actually made sure the controller was bound. Now let's go ahead and do it. Not a whole lot of pitch. It flies nice. Now it says it's indoors, but on a day like today where it's rather calm, you should be fine. Let's go ahead and take it up to the higher rate. I'm bringing him back over here. He's struggling a little bit. We'll go into the highest rate. Let's go. Oops, I bumped another button. There's the highest rate. Y'all, I'll just go down to there's the lowest rate, middle rate, highest rate. So you get more pitch, and the yaw's faster. If you're going to fly this outdoors like I am, definitely have it in the highest rate. This is really cool. It has altitude hold, of course, with the self-centering left stick. That makes it easier to fly. Let's try that demo mode now. Press this upper left bumper, and there it's going to go. As you see, I am not flying him. You got to make sure you have enough room He's just kind of coasting there. Let's try that again. Doesn't seem to do a whole lot. And it is getting blown around some, guys. It's definitely more for indoors, but again, I'm okay today because I'm not real windy. But you need to have enough room. Whoa! You need to have enough room whenever you're flying this guy in the demo mode, so he doesn't bang into the walls in your house. So let's go ahead and let's see if I can do an auto takeoff here out of my hand. Let's try that demo mode again. There, he's gonna fly, and he's gonna turn around, and I'm gonna cut the motors here, land him. There we go. He was getting blown away, so I just held down. If you hold down the emergency of the landing here, it'll cut the motors because he was gonna get blown away. So let's go ahead and fly him back over to the house here, and then we'll switch him over to the paraglider mode. So let's go ahead and make sure I'm in the highest rate. All right. Yeah, it's gonna struggle. There's a light breeze. You can see he's going, but not super sporty. So demo mode, I wouldn't mess with that much because you need a lot of area. Indoors, when I did it, it was banging into the walls. And outdoors, as you can see, any wind it gets caught up in. All right, but I really think it flies fantastic in this mode as long as there's not a lot of wind. Let's go ahead and land him. See if it'll land. Ooh, that was a really good landing, guys. You expect something like this to tip over, and that landed really, really nicely. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch him over. So I'll cut the video here and switch it over to the paraglider mode because we don't have probably a whole lot of battery left. And we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've switched him over to this kind of paraglider power deal now. And there he is hanging from below. Of course, this is just for looks on this propeller in the front. We'll fly him around now. And I've switched over the controller now to the right, so it's in that appropriate mode so they can fly this way. Where, of course, the other mode, you're flying left to right long way. So let's go ahead and now, of course, with him on hanging from below, it's not as easy to take off. So I'm going to go ahead and just press the auto takeoff here. Let it go from my hand and be careful so that he's able to take off. And if he wobbles too much, it'll make like an oscillation and cause him to actually fall. All right, that's the highest rate now. Again, with him on there, it's going to fly shorter. I'm losing some power now, so I think I may be out of power already. I flew him too long in the first mode. But you guys at least got to see how it looked in that mode. That's why I was afraid I might run out of battery. I'd really ideally need to charge this up again, but as you can see, I was losing power, and there's no lights to let me know it's an LVC. The little red light on top is just solid still. We'll try it again, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. There, I'm giving him full throttle, and yeah, he goes to the ground. So not a real long flight time, especially not outdoors where it's going to be fighting wind. That's going to suck more power trying to keep this thing going. I expect a longer flight time indoors where you don't have to fight any breeze, but you know, I don't know what that was in terms of flight time, but it wasn't real long. And of course, I've got this little rear airplane looking tail fin piece doesn't really stay on real easy. I keep popping it off. All right, guys, that wraps up this review of this cool little paraglider, the U64 from UDIRC. It's like 20 bucks, so it's not like it's very expensive. It really does fly wonderfully. It doesn't do very good outdoors. And there went the guy. He fell off. He stays on pretty good though. Just get his hands locked both in either mode that you're in, and he'll fly just fine. And of course, you can fly it like this. Just take this off, and this will be your longest flying mode. Of course, you probably could fly him sideways in the other mode without him on top, and that'll do just fine as well. All right, guys, that wraps up the review of the UDIRC U64. Hope you like this. If you're interested in this, there's a purchase link in the description to Banggood if you can pick this up for 20 bucks. And be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you know when I do upload a new video. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day.
The power of the dark side.